So take us into that moment, John. What was it like for you to stand there, having taken the gamble, come to AEW to now be the top dog and be in the ring with that title?
I'm feeling pretty fucking good about it, to be honest with you. Like, if I was 25, a moment like that, when I'm a little bit more angry, have a little bit more temper tantrum tendencies. Guy like that, he's got the inner circle out there. He's gonna try to get me off my game. He's gonna talk mad crap. He's gonna say, Jericho will say anything about your mother, your sister, or whatever, and you gotta stay just focused and not just focus on task at hand and get the job done. Because I just knew, I just knew in the bottom of my heart, this man can't pin me. He cannot submit me. He will not beat me. He's gonna have to kill me. He's gonna have to knock me out, and I don't think he can do it. So I'm gonna have to have eyes in the back of my head and make sure I don't get tripped up by all these obstacles. He's been trying to throw every obstacle at me for the last 2 months, from stab me in the eye, from trying to trick me into joining. It's a stupid group, from beat downs, getting jumped, throwing assassin at me, and I've survived all these things. And the whole time, just stay focused on the task, execute, get the job done. And that feeling of satisfaction, a piece of work, that artistic satisfaction, 8 weeks of beginning to end, a piece of work. It's like popping fucking bubble wrap. It's so satisfying. It's why we do this. And to be standing there in the arena full of 6,000 people who are just so happy, and they've been on the ride and been on the journey, and it just, you know, it's like a painting I can hang on my wall and I can always look at.
Moxley. My name is AJ from the AJ Awesome Show.
What's up, little man? What is the AJ Awesome Show?
It's a podcast on YouTube where I interview wrestlers.
All right.
And
It's very industrious of you.
my question is, if there's anyone that you could face for the belt, who would it be?
Well, I don't want to single anybody out, and I don't want to hide from anybody. I will, like I said in the ring, I don't care. Like, I've been calling out. I've been actively seeking competition. Nobody wants to fight me. There's no benefit to fighting me. You're not gonna beat me. You're probably gonna get hurt. It's been hard to find opponents. Only, due to nuts like Joe Janela or Darby Allin even step up and, they get hurt. Or little lackey bitches or punk assassins like Jeff Cobb, Sammy Guevara. You either have to get paid an extra bonus or you have to have a screw loose to want to get in the room with me. But now I've made myself a target. Now people are going to be a lot more intrigued at the opportunity of risking getting hurt in a match with me, because everybody is going to want this big, shiny, beautiful freaking gold belt that's all covered in blood. I'll take on, I plan on taking on everybody, however long that takes.
Do you envision Chris Jericho coming for a rematch at this time?
I mean, what do you think?
I think it's presumable that he will.
I mean, he's probably in his locker room right now, on the phone with the athletic commission and the doctors and AEW and the Congress, just doing everything he can to try to get this decision overturned or screwed, whatever. Jericho's he's a thorn that does not go away. He's a guy who's been a thorn in my side in some form or another for years now. This isn't our first time crossing paths, so I assume we'll cross paths again, whether that's sooner, whether that's later. I will tell you, little man, though, he is my friend. He is a guy that, like I said, a year ago, we had a conversation on the phone, and we said, let's bring sorry, I apologize. You shouldn't. Let's bring pro wrestling back. Pro wrestling that you grew up on. Not crap, not sports entertainment, not scripted, canned horse crap. Pro wrestling. I'm telling you, it works. It's like mac and cheese. It always works. It's always good. And we brought that back to the people. But the guy who I had that conversation with was Cody Rhodes, who has put himself in a scenario where he can never get a world title shot. I'm just thinking of this because I literally just walked by him in the hallway. But I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to live in a world where, you beat everybody, but except for Cody, because he had that thing with MJF and all that, so he couldn't get to it. Well, if he feels like he can beat me, he better damn sure expect to get in a ring with me, and we're going to waive the little rule, because I'm not living in a world where he gets to, that's a cop-out. That's a way out. If he thinks he can beat me, I insist he give it a try, because if he can beat me, I don't think he can, but I want to know, and I want to find out. I deal in honesty. Honesty and simplicity. I'm a simple man, simple rules, simple values, simple tastes. And I like the truth. So maybe we'll find that out.
When Jericho won his title, he wasn't met with a warm reception backstage. What was it like when you walked back with that big belt on your shoulder?
Kind of a very, very warm reception from, my new friends, really more like family now, co-workers and so forth. And that was an incredibly warm feeling. I'm not used to warm feelings like that, so it pretty good. I'm half concussed and I swallowed a lot of blood, so not feeling good in a lot of ways, but feeling pretty good in also a lot of ways, because there's no better feeling than being soaked in your own sweat, drained of all energy, blood, and that irony little taste that blood has, and and then having a gold belt on your shoulder, man, it's no better feeling than that. That's why we do this. That's why I keep coming back.
How would you compare working a main event of a pay-per-view here compared to some of the other places you have?
This is the best place in the United States, 100% for sure. This is the major league of professional wrestling, in my opinion. This is where it's at. This is pro wrestling, and this is the championship in pro wrestling now.
Jon, you've had a lot of criticism of creative control and things like that from your former place of employment. What does it mean to you that AEW put the faith in you to make you the new central person in the company?
I walked right in, and on day one, and took the spot, man. I've been on just a mission for the last however many months, more like a mission of, self-actualization. I know what I am and I know what I'm capable of, and I'm not trying to, live within your limits. I'm trying to break beyond my own limits. I don't want to die without having reached the full actualized potential of what I can become. I don't know what that is or what that looks like, but I don't even think we are close yet. I feel like a totally different person than I did a year ago. I feel like I love wrestling more than I've ever loved it in my entire life. I've expanded. I've gone to Japan and learned new styles, learned new things, just looking at things different ways, opened my mind up in so many different ways, whereas it had to be closed off for so long. It was wrestling is this, and this is how it is, and this is how we do it. And now I'm like, we can do it any way we want. We can do it 10 different ways. There's no right or wrong. There's a million different things. And it's like, I've been learning more and improving and getting better all the time. And now it's like momentum builds. One match after another, and then it's just happening all the time, every single night. And that's how I feel right now. I feel like an unstoppable freaking freight train. I'm an unstoppable killing machine. When I walk through that crowd and I feel that energy from that audience, the AEW fans are the best fans in the world. They come here to have a good time. They come here because they love wrestling. They respect wrestling. They respect the performers, and it's the synergy. And I get to have the closest seat of the house to that energy because the way I come through the crowd. So when I come through a crowd and I feel that energy, I'm an absolutely unstoppable machine of death and pain and destruction.
Jon, speaking of that energy, over the years in Chicago, what does that feel like for you to be working in front of such a crowd like that?
Well, Chicago's always been among the best crowds in the world. You always know you're going to get hot atmosphere, hot crowd, and you know it's going to be a very discerning crowd, and you know that you can't mail it in Chicago. You can't. Top to bottom, the whole show, you got to deliver a hell of a show. And looking at this card, I mean, Jesus Christ, what a stacked card. What a litany of great matches and performers. And to have to close the show on a night like tonight, I knew I had to get the job done and send everybody home on their feet with a new champion. So,
Guys, last question, please. Last question.
You're literally bleeding profusely right now in front of us. You've been in pain and you've put that towel to your head several times. When did that happen, and how did it affect you in the match, having to deal with that?
he threw my head into the ring post on the floor and basically headbutted a steel post about as hard as it can be headbutted.
Oh my God.
And I was seeing triple for a minute out of my one eye, so I still feel a little woozy. So I was like, whoa, this isn't good. And then I felt that hot, feeling of, you instantly know, like, I'm severely lacerated. Last pay-per-view happened to me too, except it was on the back of my neck. And I was like, oh, put pressure on the wound. So that's what I did tonight, just put pressure on the wound. And, hey, it looks good, right?
I mean, I get a nice tight shot.
Yeah, it looks good. Get in there. You know?
I mean, we're all getting in
I love
there.
it.
Yeah,
I don't care. I'm not squeamish.
Yeah.
I like it.
Can I get a shot with you with your belt?
Well, that's what I've been standing here for 10 minutes.
Turn around.
What are you doing with your camera?
Thank you, guys. All right, guys. Thanks, man.
No, cool. Thank you, guys.